Well, I think in general, just about staying healthy through cold and flu season I think that's just the most important thing to keep track of. And in your 50s, you tend to be around small children a little bit less, and be more around adults. But you tend to be working a lot, and I think if you're working a lot and your stress levels get high, you may not get enough sleep, which is usually what leads to women getting sick. And I have in my own practice a number of, I guess a pretty big number of a large number of women in their 50s, and they tend to be some of the most chronic sinus and congestion sufferers, mainly I think because of stress levels and work and just not having enough self-care. Well, with allergies, the symptoms tend to be a little bit milder. They can last seasonally, they can last year-round. You can have things like congestion, sneezing, runny nose. With a virus or a cold, those are viral infections. You tend to feel pretty bad right away. You can have worse symptoms like a fever, aches and pains, yellow-green mucus. The symptoms usually peak at day 3 to 4, and then by day 7, they're mostly cleared. Those infections can also turn into a sinus infection, which is bacterial, and last for much longer than that, at which point it's good to visit your doctor. That's a good question. I mean, depending on how well you take care of yourself, your immune system can be a little bit more taxed. I think with more stress and less sleep, then you're more susceptible to catching colds and flus. The illnesses can last longer. I think too when you're in an older age range, you tend to be taking care of other people, so you spend less time taking care of yourself. And yeah, just in general, being in environments that may be more stressful can lead to more illness. I recommend overall washing your hands because that's what that prevents transmission of the infectious particles. Also, getting enough rest is really important, and I can't stress it enough. I think people, when I tell my patients that stress is what usually brings them to the doctor most often, they kind of laugh, but then they say, oh, you're right, I haven't been sleeping and I haven't been taking care of myself. So those are really important, as well as other preventative treatments like taking enough vitamins, eating well, and again, the sinus rinses like I mentioned.